Hello everyone, welcome to your English class here. Today we are going to start the chapter Diamond Necklace. The name of the chapter I am repeating again, The Diamond Necklace. As for the introduction of the writer, I would like to tell you about the writer Guy de Maupassant, 1850 to 1893, was one of the greatest French short story writers. His stories are usually built around simple episodes from everyday life, which reveal the hidden side of people. Many are set against the Franco-Prussian War of the 1870s and carry the message of the futility of war. His published works include nearly 300 short stories and 6 novels. So this is the introduction about the writer. So here the diamond necklace. Just an introduction. Matilda is the character of the chapter. Matilda is a charming means beautiful, charming wife of a clerk who dreams of a life of leisure and luxury. When she is invited to a grand ball is a ball party. However, she feels miserable for she does not have a gown for the occasion. She manages to buy a new dress and borrows jewelry from her friend. However, fate seems to have other plans in store for her. So, what were these plans? What had happened for going to a ball party? What she has done? What she has managed? That's what we come to know through this chapter. The chapter is from the one of its reflection we are going to see here in this chapter. So here we are going to start para 1 after the introduction. Matilda Loisel was one of those pretty, charming young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. She had no money, no hopes, no means of becoming known and getting married to a rich man. She allowed herself to marry a sorry, to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education. So the story begins with a charming, beautiful young lady. Okay, one of she is Matilda Loisel, as it is shown here that from an error of destiny, by mistake of destiny, into the family of clerks, she was born, and being born into the family, into that family, she was having not enough money, no hopes, as she was not having money, so having no hopes, as per her thinking, means she is not going to be famous and she is not going to be married to a rich man. So she allowed herself, means she married to a petty clerk, not very rich, a normal clerk, okay, who works in the office of Board of Education. Next paragraph. It means that she wanted to live a luxurious, nothing was there, so she was born for that only. She thought so, but she married to a clerk. She was not rich. She suffered. She suffered means she felt bad. For she felt she was born for all the fine, beautiful things of life. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls, the worn chair, and the faded hangings. She felt bad that why she is here. She was born, means she is thinking that she is born for all the fine and beautiful things. And now what she is watching, what she is facing? She is facing the poverty of the apartment, the dirty walls, the worn chair, not new, and a faded hangings. Means nothing is new there. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at a convent, whom she did not like to visit because it hurt so much when she returned to her poor apartment. One evening, her husband returned looking excited. In his hand was a large envelope. Here is something for you, he said. She quickly drew out a printed card. So, here she was also having a friend, and she was the friend of from his from her school time, but she don't want to visit her. She don't want to go to her house because whenever she returned, she felt bad for herself as she was living in a poor apartment. One day, sudden some change was there when his husband came home from the when she took out, it was a printed card. What was written on it? Let's see. The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Ramponneau request the honor of Monsieur and Madame Loisel Company. Monday evening, January 18, at the Minister's residence. Means this is the invitation at the Minister's residence on January 18 to be the party to be held. Okay, and they both, the madam and the sir, monsieur, sir, both were invited at the party. Wow, invitation for a ministerial party. Next, what happened? Let's see. Instead of being happy, as her husband had hoped, thought for, she threw the invitation on the table, murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with that?" "But, my dear, I thought it would make you happy. You never go out. That is a grand occasion." Instead of being happy, as her husband was thinking, she threw the invitation on the table, murmuring by saying, "What do you suppose I want this? I want with that. And what I do for that?" Then his husband said, "Oh, I thought you must be happy as you never go out. Okay, this is a big occasion. This is a grand occasion." So here, next, she looked at him with an irritated eye and said, "What do you suppose I have to wear to such a formal party?" He had not thought of that and stammered, "Why, the dress you wear when you go to the theater, it seems very pretty to me." Then, why was she angry? Because she was having nothing but a question in her mind that what would I wear when going to that party. Then his husband said, stammered, spoke uncertainly. He said, means anything that came in his mind, he said. Uncertainly, anything came in his mind, and he said, "Why? No problem. That dress you wear on the day of the theater, you can wear that. It was quite nice." Then he fell silent, upset at the sight of his wife weeping. "Let us see, Matilda. How much would a suitable dress cost?" "Something simple. I cannot tell," then she said. "I cannot tell exactly, but 400 francs ought to cover it." Okay. Then, anyhow, he said to her, "Just let us see what means he was planning to buy a new dress." Then he asked, "What can be the cost?" And she answered that it is around 400 francs. India here. "Very well, I'll give you 400 francs." He agreed. He was ready to give her amount, and she purchased the dress. The day of the ball approached, and Madame Loisel seemed sad and anxious. Her husband said to her, "What is the matter with you?" And she responded, I am upset because I don't have a jewel to adorn myself with. So when the problem of dress has sorted out, then one problem was again there. What? The day of the ball approached, the day of the party was coming closer. And Madame Loisel seemed sad and anxious again. Why? Then the husband asked, what is the problem? Now, what are you making? What is that making you sad? Then she responded, answer, I am upset. I am not happy because I don't have a jewel to adorn to decorate myself. Means I have nothing to wear on my dress, a jewelry. Oh, then her husband cried, how stupid we are. Go and ask your friend Madame Forestier to lend you her jewels. It was a fantastic idea. The next day she took herself to her friend's house and related her story of distress, misery. Then she went to her friend's house, Mrs. Forrester, and she told the story and things. Madame Forrester took out a large jewel case, opened it, and said, choose, my dear. Among the jewels, she saw a super necklace. It was superb. She saw a superb necklace set with diamonds. She asked in hesitating voice, could you lend me this? Why, yes, certainly. Okay. As Madame Loisel told everything to Madame Forrester. At the same time, she just brought a box and kept in front of her and asked her to take anything, whatever she liked. One piece, it was having diamonds and looking beautiful. And uh, very thoughtfully, she asked, could you lend me this? Could you give me this? Can I borrow this? Why? Yes, certainly means you can take this. So here is the next part. We'll begin in the next video. So have a nice day, students.